All right. It's episode 95. Well, I know we recorded at 95 once before, but that episode never made it out.
The lost footage.
Yeah, a lost episode. I was
It'll pop up
very busy boy.
posthumously.
The problem is we talk a lot of like relevant pop culture on the episode, if you will, and then all of a sudden it's very outdated if I drop it weeks
God
later.
forbid we talk about something old.
That's right.
By the time this, I messed it up. Never mind.
I'm committed.
Josh is here.
I was going to say you couldn't even see that Donald Trump was impeached.
That's right. We're well past the holidays now, so we should be back to our normal scheduled programming, I believe.
We can just call this what season was season 3?
That's the goal, dude.
Yeah, it could do.
Yeah, we don't really call them seasons, but sure.
We don't.
No.
We called season 1, and then
That's true, but it was a very
Never.
different show.
it was a very different show.
Remarkably
Yes.
different.
Yes.
All right, so on this episode, you got yourself a bottle of Sazerac Rye. Now, this bottle is, in my opinion, somewhat divisive. Some people really like Sazerac Rye. It does have a little bit of a unique flavor profile. And some people are not huge fans of it.
Why is
Now, well, like I said, it has a little bit, in my opinion, has a little bit of a unique flavor profile. This is a rye, just like most ryes, but it is oftentimes used in the Sazerac cocktail.
That's what James told me at the loft. He said, I said, we drink our stuff straight on the show, straight shooters.
Yes.
He said, but people will go crazy over the Sazerac. He said, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and do it. Yes, people like having it for the cocktail. You can drink it straight. But at the price point and the limited availability, he was pushing it on me. So
Yep. Now,
shout out to James at the loft, Ricetown Road, right next to the Trader Joe's. So
yeah. All
we'll
right.
see.
I love it. There's the Sazerac company, I guess.
And Olivia, she was hanging out there too. She works there as well.
Shout out to Olivia. The Sazerac company is in New Orleans.
So you're familiar with the Sazerac.
I've been to the distiller before, the distillery.
It's a heavy smell.
You can pass that on to the boy. They do have a very cool distillery and kind of cocktail experience situation down in New Orleans. It's very cool.
Okay.
It is cool. It's very fun. It's like a guided tour, a bunch of little things you can get into.
Like Sagamore?
It's fun. Yeah, nah, it's honestly, it's more entertaining. There's more like history and stuff involved in Sazerac than there is in the Sagamore Rye thing. I don't know, that the Sagamore Rye experience is a little bit more like kind of a straightforward, straight ahead distillery tour and tasting, if you will. This is a little bit, at least the experience that I went to, was a little bit more, I don't know. It was a little bit more like artistic. It was a little bit more encompassing of like New Orleans. It had a bunch of different cocktails in it. It was, I don't know. It was a little bit more. It was like kind of self-guided at times. Like you would kind of go through
like
and interact with it,
let you do your thing.
like different like exhibits. It was kind of interesting. It was kind of like a museum a little bit.
It's my first taste of 2025. Let's see.
They also manufacture tons of other big brands.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace, George T. Stagg, Old Van Winkle, so on and so forth.
And there is a distillery in New Orleans though, right? I don't know if that's like the main one or the headquarters, but like I went to like the Sazerac House or something, I think it's called, in New Orleans.
Can we get what is Sazerac?
Sazerac.
What is it? Like, is that? Did they just decide this is going to be the name? Is it a person? Is it
A little history lesson.
The company was founded in 1869 after the purchase of the Sazerac Coffee House. Cognac named Sazerac de Forge. That's French. I'll get back to you on that.
Very good.
okay?
All right. We'll dive right in, dude. Drones.
I love them.
You seen one?
No, maybe.
Have you caught eyes on a drone?
No.
No?
Nope.
Not too many sightings in Maryland, but I have heard that there are a few out there.
Jersey.
I think New Jersey is really the epicenter.
I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't realize this was still a thing.
The drones?
The drones. I haven't heard anything about the drones in a while.
Well, it's because
In
we
a
just
minute.
don't talk about it anymore. It's kind of old news, but it's still pretty active.
It's very 2024.
Is what I'm told, or what I've seen online. Anyway,
Yeah.
And
Haven't seen one.
do love a good conspiracy corner. So, and because Josh is our aviation expert, I just thought, why not?
What's the rule on drones? Like, what can you do and what can't you do with drones?
Technically, not technically, depending on your license, most licenses require them to be within your sight line and below a certain height.
All right, so let's expound on this a little bit. The drones we're seeing are they military grade drones? Or are we talking Marshall's $20 thing that you get for Christmas?
It seems like there is inconsistent reports, and that there's a variety of drone types that have been witnessed. But the drone that has been, I think, the most commonly referred to is this SUV-sized drone.
SUV-sized?
SUV-sized. It is very large, dark in color, has lots of lights on it.
Yeah.
Some people, they are claiming that they do see propellers, like they do see blades on it and stuff like that. It's unusually large, and they stay in the air for an unusually long amount.
It's like a
period of time.
Mini helicarrier.
Do they hover or do they fly?
So I've heard reports of them kind of doing a little bit of both, but they're very, like, as most drones are, like, they're very quick. Some people report seeing them moving at like a really high rate of speed. If you're not like paying attention, you're going to miss it, kind of thing. But they are loud. Like, you hear them before you see them, kind of thing. And there are reports of them hovering and kind of moving up and down. But I don't know I don't know if there's like a huge consistency in there.
Oh, this is a big boy.
I don't think they're like normally stagnant, I guess. But I think they can be.
They're rather large. I see what you're saying.
Now, there are obviously a lot of reports on the drones. So I think many of them have turned out to be smaller, more like, commercially available drones, like DJI drones, things of that nature.
Yeah.
There are people that have claimed to see orbs and floating lights and triangles and in very like various, I guess, UFO type, or I guess, what do they call it? UAP now?
West Virginia?
Sorry?
They see those in like West Virginia.
Well, apparently now they're seeing them in New Jersey.
Well, it's kind of the same place.
Tucker Carlson claims that he was told by an intel person that the drones were in fact Chinese and that the U.S. had shot down a Chinese satellite that was a command and control satellite for these drones.
Interesting.
On December 21st.
Yes.
Okay.
I've heard there are a lot of rumors out there about them being associated or affiliated with the Chinese. There were a lot of reports of them going basically off the coast quite a distance and descending basically down into the water. So a lot of people were, one of the main theories is that there is a submarine or there is some type of like underwater
and they're retrieving them
drone
from the water
vessel that is basically, launching them from the ocean, more or less, which is an interesting theory. But that's pretty widely discussed at this point. That theory, it's not like a fringe one. That's kind of the most popular.
Does it concern you?
The drones?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it concerns me. I mean, I don't think that it's nothing.
Listen, if it can get my Alibaba package here a little faster than it normally is, I don't mind it.
I don't think that it's nothing, and I don't believe that it's Amazon. And I don't think that they're all DJI drones. Like, I don't think there's a bunch of like nerds out in the bushes flying their Mavics around. I don't think that's
why
the
can't
case.
we get these drones to DoorDash, right? Like,
well, 45/47 said he'll release the report. So we may find out soon, or it's just another lie.
I do believe that they know what they are.
Quote, I'm going to give you a report on drones about 1 day into the administration because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. I wish I could do the voice.
I think they for sure know
the drones.
at this stage
there's
of the game.
There's a bartender down at Lighthouse. Shout out to Gus. And he does the voice so well, and it just out of nowhere he'll just start talking.
Some people got it, man.
Oh my gosh.
5 days, man. We'll see what happens.
Also, weird that there are some rumors, and this actually stems from a very unique place, but there are rumors of people in the New Jersey area who have Ring doorbells. Okay. And several of the Ring doorbells have been sending notifications in the middle of the night. And some people have caught glimpses of military motorcades moving through certain neighborhoods through New Jersey. Interesting. Fun fact here is that Charlemagne,
the God,
has a podcast.
Yeah, with Andrew.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
And he talks about this. He has family members. He won't disclose who they are, but he claims that he has seen the footage.
I'm going to reach out to Charlemagne.
And he has...
See if he responds.
He has some knowledge on... Or he basically has confirmed that this is a thing. It's not being like...
I didn't know you listen to Brilliant Idiots.
It's not being discussed at like a super high level, but interesting. It is interesting. Also... not to pivot completely, but remember were you a part of the fog drama? How like there was fog across all of the country?
I remember
and people
that.
were thinking that this was also associated to the
fake
drones.
Fog. Yeah.
No, when
Okay,
was
so
this?
there was like a 2-week
I've really
period.
missed out here.
Yeah, you really did.
Been like asleep
Where
at the
you
wheel.
been, man?
There was like a 2-week period, kind of like it was over the holidays. I want to say it was like towards the end of December, maybe a little bit early in January.
You don't remember when it was foggy?
It was unusually foggy. Like it was here. It was unusually foggy. It was night.
Foggy.
It was foggy
night.
on New Year's night, New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I was
All
out
right.
and it was very foggy when we
Right.
were talking about it.
Yeah.
And it was just odd. Now, I think it probably has to do with the fact that the temperatures were just
Temperature, yeah,
warmer
an
than they normally
inversion.
were. But this phenomena, if you will, was happening all over the country in places that it normally just does not happen. For instance, and this, I'm not trying to drag anybody into the conspiracy, but my parents called me about the fog. They're in Florida. And they were like,
they had fog?
They were like, I can't believe we've never seen anything like it in all the years we've been coming down here. Like there's fog, like all throughout the day. You like visibility is limited. Like there's fog everywhere. It's really weird. And I was like, this is interesting because there's a huge conspiracy right now about the fog. And some people were thinking that the drones.
I was
had
driving
something to
that
do with
night
it.
now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And it was like really foggy.
It's come and gone. We're not there now. But there was a period of time where this was widely discussed.
So I used to tell my customers at the fruit stand that if you do a search on the internet for Bigfoot, that you're going to find Bigfoot. If you pull a lot together and you go looking for a conspiracy, you're going to find a conspiracy.
Oh yeah. That's why they're fun.
I think it was temperature.
They're great.
That's why they're fun.
Yeah, no, they definitely are temperature. but
I say it.
correlation does not imply causality, boys.
It's 2025. I got to say it for the first time. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But I'll entertain it.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
entertain it until I know that it's
I
ridiculous.
mean, they're not telling us everything. We know that.
And then, as we said, the other day we were chatting, texting. If I can't prove you wrong, who am I to say you're wrong?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Well,
I can't prove you're wrong.
That's where we're at. I feel like just generally speaking in this like era of like
Yeah.
humanity, right? Like we're at the point where I don't know, man. If you don't have evidence, I don't have evidence. What do you want me to say? Like,
If that's what you believe, I can't say you're wrong.
Yeah, correct.
See, but at the same point, and this is where I kind of get, I mean, this is not the point where I disagree. I've disagreed a while before, but this is the part that kind of gets me frustrated with modern access to information.
People having too much information.
Well, yes, but people not knowing how to absorb that information. And then people getting overwhelmed with said information and then saying, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. And this is like flat earth people. NASA's lying to me. Every airline and every captain is lying to me.
So
and I know that this is not the same thing. I get that that's not to this degree.
Yeah.
But there's so much I can't see it myself. Therefore, it's not true.
Perhaps, but I will say that when it comes to like flat earth stuff, there are experiments, there are things that the average person can conduct
Certainly.
to confirm that the earth is not indeed flat. So
Correct,
there are
yes.
certain conspiracies where I feel like I'm with you 100%. And there are people out there that are going to run with it for sure. I'm not really talking about those ones specifically, but obviously for like
Kyrie Irving.
generations,
I get
they've
this,
been talking about like, weird dudes in Hollywood and in the music industry doing weird things, and everybody's been like, oh, no way, like that could never happen, like that's crazy, that's nonsense or whatever. And here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
right. Listen, you're totally right.
Or there's an island where like they take like, they take kids and shit, like they do all this weird stuff with them. Everybody's like, that's crazy. That's insane. Nobody would ever do that.
And an EP like
100%
shows up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel like more conspiracy theories kind of have been checking out lately as opposed to less.
Not checking out. They are
More.
You know what I'm saying?
I love
Absolutely.
that. I love that.
They are, and even
I don't know if I would say more conspiracy theories are checking out. I would just say that maybe a higher rate are checking out.
More than have historically checked out. It feels like
rate-wise.
It feels like we're in a time where things
even
are
on a
turning
small
out to
scale,
be
like
true.
if it even has like a semblance of that type of fabrication, that it's like they can those people can be like, I told you, and it's like there's nothing you can say.
Correct.
It's like, damn, like you did, like you said, and it's true, and it's like even in the small percentage, it's very quite possible that this is true, and then it becomes true, and it's like, what do I say to you besides I'm sorry?
I don't know. I got nothing for you.
Sure. All
right. Well, we'll come back to conspiracies maybe. I'm sure there's a few more out there, but you want to talk? Let's talk a little bit about movies, shall we?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did you get to? Have you been to anything in the theater?
Wicked, but we
talked about that.
Talked about that.
Yep. Did you go see Nosferatu?
No.
Oh, come on.
You saw it?
Oh, of course I did.
I didn't see it. Is it really scary?
You're messing up, dude.
Is it good?
It's great. I picked it as best movie of the year.
Shut up. For real?
I swear, I picked it as best movie of the year. The biggest event film of the year, like the biggest like thing, was Dune 2 for me. But I think best film of the year, I'm giving to Nosferatu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that good?
It is. It's incredible. It's exceptionally well done.
I'll take your word.
I don't know. So Robert Eggers, who's the guy who made that, he
It's Austin Butler, right?
is no
No, who's Nosferatu? Who's playing Nosferatu?
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yep.
I get him in.
Yep, and the Lily Rose.
Same
Depp,
aesthetic.
Johnny Depp's daughter. He's in there.
Johnny Depp's in it?
No, his daughter.
She's in there.
She's in it.
Yeah. But yes, it is supposed to be. It is a scary. It's more like. It's not like a very like traditionally like scary movie. It's
And
more
Nosferatu was supposed to be like Dracula.
It's like a
right?
gothic horror. Like it's very. I would say it's very brutal more than it is like.
I like that.
Scary. Like you're gonna definitely feel if you were to watch it in the right condition. Like if you're watching it on your iPad, like in the drive-thru at McDonald's, it's not gonna hit you. It's not gonna connect. But if you're watching it like at night, or if you're in a theater or whatever,
At the crib, yeah,
and
Lights
you're like
off.
actually focused up on it, it's very like brutal and it's haunting in a lot of ways. Like you're definitely gonna feel weird like coming out of it. Like both Emily and I felt like kind of icky like when we like left. It's just intense. It's intense.
What do you do in those moments as a husband? Are you just like, we're just gonna have to both feel weird, or are you like, let me take her for ice cream?
Oh no, it's not like a not like an emotionally like vulnerable thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Hold me.
yeah. It's like you just feel like what the hell? Like that was you know what I mean?
like how I felt
I don't
after
know if you've,
Avengers
like-
Endgame.
Maybe.
How I
I think
felt.
that was more of like an emotional like sadness probably.
I was empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like damn dude, there were some things there I probably shouldn't have seen.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like one of those things. I don't know. Anyway,
Like Saving Private Ryan.
it's incredibly like there's probably nobody making like
Never seen it.
from a craft perspective.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Phenomenal, dude.
This is what got me on this show in the first place.
Saving
Because you
Private Ryan.
recall
That's right.
season 1, this was the whole setup. I have no idea what's going on.
That's true.
But I'm a quick typer. And I can validate like nobody's business.
You don't
No.
gotta type anything now.
It's not like a
ChatGPT.
Saving Private Ryan thing.
it's
It's
true.
not like that.
Okay, but horror. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. You come out of it feeling like just kind of like, ugh.
The good news is it'll be released to all premium streaming outlets on November or January 21st,
There you go, dude. Check it out.
Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. Tuesday.
Check it out. Anyway, yeah, get to
what
it,
is
dude.
Tuesday?
It's great.
The
I couldn't recommend
21st.
it. Couldn't recommend it any more.
the day after the Martin Luther King's birthday.
That's right.
I'm trying to think of what else has been out. I did not go to see Wicked. I'm not going to probably go see that. Isn't it out now anyway?
On premium streaming.
It is on premium streaming services.
Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. And I don't think there's anything else in theaters right now that I would go check out. I know Wolfman is big. That's upcoming.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
keep
a
seeing
horror.
that. I like.
It does not look good to me.
It looks terrible.
It doesn't look good to me.
I'll watch it though. I'd watch it.
Yeah,
it's my type of watch.
All right, go peep
like,
it. Squid Games? Did you get through Squid Game season 2?
Nah, so
making a weird face.
Chanel and I,
third most watched show.
We both like
Netflix history or whatever.
We were trying to decide on our show. What's going to be our show to get through, for the new year, like the first wave. And
what did you pick?
We decide for Netflix, like we do one show per app, right?
It's a lot of apps.
It's a lot of apps. So we picked one show per app. Okay. And for Netflix, we decided on Average Joe, which is Dion Cole's weird conspiracy heist movie. He's like just a regular guy whose dad was in some like deep mafia, Russian mafia stuff, and it comes back to bite him in the butt after his dad passes away. And it's just a snowball of just like crap that happens. Okay. Ozark-y type vibes.
Yeah. Okay. Did you watch season 1 of Squid Games?
Oh, yeah.
Were you compelled by it? Not enough to be like, oh, season 2, let's go.
I got it. I enjoyed it.
It's like the most watched show on Netflix, like in history.
I think the most
you picked.
Let me
Ozark knockoff instead.
Yeah, I did.
So
the thing with Ozark is like watching
terribly boring.
Ozark is like watching one of these reality shows.
Yeah.
As a show.
But aren't there enough of them already?
Right. So when I say that, the only compelling parts to me personally are the actual games in Squid Game.
Yeah. That's
so I'm like,
I mean,
I don't feel like I'm missing much.
The games are a very fun aspect of it, but I would argue that there is a lot of drama and a lot of complexity in the narrative taking place outside of the games.
We'll get there. We're gonna finish Joe, and then we'll recourse.
Jesus.
We'll have to. She doesn't want to be left out of the circle. My wife's got to
been left out, dude. It's come and gone.
Yes,
that it came out December 26th.
She's probably
We're
already
halfway through January now.
New Year's over.
Yeah, this game, the Squid Games is over, dude.
When do you stop saying Happy New Year?
I never say it. I say
years ago.
I say it like the night of,
and that's it.
Yeah,
I like
it. Doesn't.
I
mean, I'm not doing it out of like malice. I just don't think about it.
I only say it the first time I see someone in the new year. That's it. Like I saw y'all tonight. It was our first time seeing each other. That's it.
Yeah, it's way too late now.
It is.
It's way too late.
I should just said hi.
Yeah, it's like wishing me Merry Christmas.
You did also say Merry Christmas.
I because I didn't see y'all.
But like, what are we doing?
I'm big on formalities and pleasantries. So,
all right, I'm not gonna take it from
like
you.
if I cold text you in the morning, you can see my next follow up text is I'm sorry. Good morning.
Okay.
Piece of shit.
I'm not gonna listen. Live your life, dude. I'm not. I don't expect that. I don't expect the formalities. I'm just letting you know. Not at this stage in the game.
You know something that and it happens with Jeff K quite a lot when I call him.
Jeff, man.
He's so good. I end up calling, like he'll send me a text that'll just be off the wall, and then I'll immediately call him. And every time I'll go, "Hey, do you have a minute?" Oh, that's right. You wouldn't have answered the phone if you didn't. Anyway, but every time I apologize or I ask if he has a minute. Sorry, I'm calling. Do you have a minute? Okay. It's just.
And you go right into it.
Yep.
Love Jeff. Shout out Jeff K. He did something for me like 5 years ago, just out of the kindness of his heart, which was very awesome for him. for me from him. So shout out to him.
Such a great dude.
He's a very nice guy.
If you need to be picked up from the airport,
He'll do
or if
it.
you need an errand, like, yeah, right. Yep.
He
And
is-
2 years back, actually more than that at this point, of the many things that Jeff, and I have gotten up to. One day I was working at the pool. This is like in my lifeguard days. I was working at the pool. My phone rang. I saw it on my watch that it was him, but I was working and I couldn't answer the phone. And like 45 minutes later, I was coming out of rotation. I went to get the phone and he was standing there at the pool and he'd gone to the Amish market, picked up lunch and brought it to me at the pool without he just called me to tell me he was at the Amish market and asked if I wanted anything. I didn't answer. So he assumed yes and got me lunch.
Not surprising. He's an awesome dude.
Yep.
Here we are.
You want to, let's rag on somebody. Oh, we can't. He's probably signed an NDA. We can't rag on him.
Who?
I was going to talk about, I said, let's rag on someone.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, we can't do that because he's probably signed like NDAs and stuff. JW. Yeah.
No. He's not that important.
He's not. Fuck JW. Not that important.
Real quick, what do we
Carry
think
on.
of this?
I think it's fine. It's sippable. I've had it before. I'm kind of indifferent on it. Like,
It's
I
just
think
fine.
it's fine.
It's just fine.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a lower proof 90. So it's not,
Yeah, I was going to say
45%
it's not as
ABV, but
it's not as bitey. It doesn't evaporate, like some of those barrel proof or the hires. But yeah,
sure.
I think it's got a pretty good.
I don't know. I'm sorry, James. I am not as impressed as he said I was going to be.
Yeah, like I said, there's like a flavor to it. There's like a little like sweetness
It's
or
very
something
full.
in there.
Yeah.
And it kind of takes it away from like what I would consider maybe a more traditional rye, but it's fine. I don't hate it. If you put it in a cocktail, I think it kind of disappears pretty easily.
Yeah, some bitters,
So-
some old fashioned stuff. It'd be the Sazerac drink.
There you go.
I wish we had a bartender.
I'm not a big Sazerac cocktail fan, if I'm being completely honest.
I just don't think I've ever had this.
Yeah. Why don't you read it? Can you read us the list of ingredients on the Sazerac cocktail? I want to say
It's a fun game.
Aperol. Is Aperol in it? Something
It
like
is
that?
not.
Okay.
But it is an A. It is an A.
Apples.
No. Cognac.
Oh yeah.
5 parts cognac to 1 part absinthe is the official
There it is.
ingredient.
I was going to say,
with a
there's
sugar
something
cube,
in it that is odd that I don't care for.
with one sugar
This-
cube and 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters.
So we get that, some Hennessy. No.
There is something in it that is odd, and it's the absinthe. That's what it is that I don't like.
Absinthe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it was adapted to use the rye instead of the cognac.
Oh, they've replaced the
Yep.
cognac with
buddy.
this. Got it.
Yeah,
Probably tastes better.
put you to
I
sleep.
couldn't imagine drinking something like that with Hennessy. Golly.
Yeah.
Some claim it to be the oldest known American cocktail with origins in the antebellum New Orleans.
From the French.
It goes back, dude.
Yes.
It goes back for sure.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So I have embarked on a new vocation. Is that the right word?
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Didn't you try this last year?
I'm in deep, dude.
You tried this last year, right?
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons now.
Who? Who's we?
I've got like a whole campaign, a whole group of friends of mine.
Okay.
That's great.
He's got other
I don't want
friends,
to
Josh.
list. I can't.
I
I
know.
want
I
to
was,
list.
heard that,
I was a little hurt.
I don't
so
want to
didn't
list them
wanna
all.
say it.
But yeah, it's a
God,
party
if
size.
JW is one.
If he's in
not,
that
I
group,
swear.
okay, all right.
I swear. Yeah, it's
flip my
like a
shit.
party of like 8 or so. I mean, Emily's in on it.
Is this
too.
digital or you actually like?
Well, so it's interesting. We are using Dungeons and Dragons Beyond, which is like an online kind of like interface where you can like build out campaigns and you can still all get together and play the game together, but you use this online tool
To play together.
to actually like roll dice and actually
Got
like
it.
do the kind of the math behind the various like, I don't know.
the stuff, the game stuff.
Yeah,
the
the game
board
stuff or
stuff.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you can still do it in person, right? Because you still have to have like a dungeon master who like creates this whole campaign and world and whatever. It takes you through this whole thing. That's still not really like an aspect of like D&D Beyond. Like you still have to have that person. So
Got it.
I'm just saying, dude, we're in. I'm in on it. I've talked about it for a long time.
You did. You've been talking about it since like 2022.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But it does require
Effort.
I mean, more specifically on the part of like the dungeon master. Like you really have to.
You
have
really
somebody,
strike me as a dungeon master. Are you the dungeon master?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't
Why
have.
not?
I don't have. So you have to have a very good grasp of like the Dungeons and Dragons like mechanics and
as
lore,
a full.
and it's so.
The dungeon master is the official, kind of.
They're the ones that kind of write the whole story, like this whole campaign, and they take you through it. So basically they're creating like a whole like narrative around all your
situations
characters
and whatnot.
And then they basically take you through these situations more or less.
Got
and
it.
then you like encounter, villains or whatever. Like you encounter like things and you have to as a like, as like a group, like determine how you want to handle it. And then you roll dice to kind of figure out like how you're going to move through the story more or less. And the dungeon master is the one who kind of handles basically like the structure of all of that.
A la Stranger Things, like how they were.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
100%. So
You didn't see that, right? Okay.
no.
Nope. What is Stranger
Do
Things?
you own a TV?
I do own a TV.
Okay.
Stranger Things, number 3 most watched now. Oh shoot, I just had the whole list of the top Netflix.
It's like Squid Games, Wednesday, and Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is 2, Wednesday is 3.
There you go. I wasn't going in order. I was just saying that.
Of course you were.
I was just saying the things that are in
Yep.
the top 3.
Yep.
But here we are.
That's why he's one of the smartest people I know, because he doesn't rot his brain with the stuff that I rot my brain with.
Oh, listen, things just stay up there. Like I'll probably forget that because that's not important, but I don't know how it happens.
I mean, he had some value though.
Thank God.
Aviation corner, dude.
Yeah, aviation corner.
Oh my gosh, there was a plane that just recently went down. What happened? There was a plane that just wasn't it in like
there was the Korean
Korean.
one.
Korea, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there was the Azerbaijani. Was it Azerbaijan?
There's a lot going on in
that
Korea
was
right
was
now.
that the one that got shot down?
That was allegedly got shot down. But
That-
yeah, the Korean one didn't have a great landing.
No,
It was a
but
bad situation.
didn't 2 people survive?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
in the
they did.
back of the plane,
Uh-huh.
right?
Are they fucked up?
Well, I imagine they are. I mean, I haven't talked to
emotionally,
them.
they're very scarred.
I don't know, bro.
I haven't looked at
If
that
I
in like a
survive
week or
a plane
so.
crash and I'm okay, like
Yeah.
not okay, but like I'm a little banged up, but I survived it. There's nothing you can tell me.
I don't know.
The
Weren't they both like? Were they both like employees or stewardesses or something?
Yes.
because
Yeah,
they were in the
both
very
jump
back.
seats
They were like in the
back.
very back of the plane.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
why
yeah.
they survived.
Yeah. So yeah, really bad situation.
And it was a Boeing.
It was a Boeing.
There you
It
go,
was
baby.
a 737 Korean air crash.
But if it's a Boeing, I ain't going.
This dog is blowing me out of here right now.
Sounds about right.
A lot of farts.
Not a great situation. Really poorly designed airport, too.
I thought you were going to say airplane.
No,
And
well,
I was like,
I mean,
ooh,
maybe.
strong take.
Yeah, 738, but not a Max though, so we're kind of okay there. Really poorly designed airport with a concrete wall at the end of the runway.
Who does that?
Right.
Why would you do that?
Exactly.
Well, it's to keep the planes inside.
Why did they put a fence around cemeteries? People are dying to get in
And get out.
Yep.
It's a stopgap.
Yeah, there it is. That's it. There we go.
What's on the other side of the concrete wall is the more important question.
What are they keeping out from the airport?
That's the other side of the concrete wall is like the other side of the ice wall. For you flat earthers.
Yeah.
Just don't know what's back there.
The night
But
game.
yeah, not a great situation. And it, I think it went around. It executed a go around and then still didn't quite make it
Circled a
down.
few times?
Didn't deploy the landing gear or couldn't deploy the landing gear. Not quite sure on that yet, whether it was a not possible or forgot to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the aircraft probably, from my armchair analysis, probably would have been fine and very minimal injuries had that concrete wall not been there. And the wall was just installed a few years ago to support the instrument landing system, which was the report prior to the crash several months ago said that concrete wall was a terrible idea and it should be replaced.
So you're telling me these people could have probably survived if they didn't put a concrete wall at the end of the runway at the airport?
That is correct.
Pretty strong wall, though.
Definitely a strong wall. Yeah.
Is the wall still intact?
The wall is mostly not still intact.
But
the explosion, the flames didn't occur until contact with the wall. It skidded a good 2,000 feet down the runway before it burst into flames upon hitting the wall.
Imagine being on that. Oh, we're great. We're hit. We just got to wait for the plane to stop and then smack.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think there's not some kind of like system in place to catch planes.
So there is actually at most airports.
It's like
However, like a giant net situation, or
so there are runoff areas where the asphalt or the tarmac is basically made of like a material that absorbs shock. So if the aircraft wheel or the body goes off, it very quickly slows the aircraft down. Like truck runoffs through the mountains.
Sure.
Yeah.
But how do you, so if you're coming in hot and you know that it's not going to be a great landing, you would land on that.
No, you would. They're at the runoff area. They're at the end.
So if you get to the very end, the idea is it'll stop you.
They'll arrest.
This particular airport just had a concrete wall.
Yeah. So first off, there's a lot of wildlife in the area. The runway was just recently extended, and there was a lot of concern that it was extending into native migratory or native habitat for birds. So bird strike, not great. And then they built the concrete wall.
Are they birds?
Good call. Depends on how many cameras they have. And then they built the concrete wall. There was a report earlier last year, 2024, that the wall was not great and shouldn't be there. But it had not been redesigned when this crash occurred. And the whole argument for putting the wall was that it could hold the instrument landing system. Other airports in the country just put the instrument landing system on the ground. In the U.S., we predominantly do that. At Baltimore, there's towers, just like a 2-inch steel bars that just hold it, pipe essentially that hold the landing system. And in the report, there was another airport somewhere in Korea where the instrument landing system was mounted just a centimeter off the ground.
Oh man!
But yet they chose to put it on a concrete wall at this airport.
Well, somebody had logic for it, I'm sure.
Here we go. Yeah.
Somebody's in the engineering office like, I knew I should have moved that wall.
Well, if it was Japan, they'd be hanging in a forest right now at their own accord. But
this guy.
Oh, my God.
We can edit that out. That's fine.
A lot of seppuku going on. Seppuku. Oh, man.
Here we are.
Oh, all right, guys.
What else is going on in the world, man?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we missed. You see Moana 2?
No.
I was going to ask about that, actually. I looked at movies in cinema right now.
Did you see Moana 2?
No. I haven't seen a movie in a theater. Actually, that's a lie.
You're a lie.
That's a lie. I saw the Christmas one, the churchy Christmas one. Yep.
You saw Moana 2. You got kids.
Nice.
No? My God.
Last movie we saw was wicked. But I watched a lot of shows. Watched The Jackal.
Oh, I've watched 3 episodes of that.
Very good. Very good stuff. The Agency I'm currently watching with Michael Fassbender.
Silo? Season 2?
I didn't like season 1.
Oh my God.
I told you this. I was texting you pictures of Common in his turtleneck. I hate it.
Yeah, they do need to ease up on the turtleneck.
Why
why
are you wearing a turtleneck underground?
But also, like, why do they do that with certain characters? Why do they lock them into one outfit?
Take off the turtleneck.
He could wear anything else. Like, how does he have just one outfit?
I get it. You're doing the character like aesthetic, and they have to. This is like a.
Yeah, but put him in just a shirt.
It could just be a black T-shirt. And Common is like, he's a pretty like in shape guy. Like he's not like
he's a pretty boy.
He's made the transition from rapper to Hollywood. Like he's an actor now. Nobody knows Common, the rapper.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows LL Cool J, the rapper.
Yeah.
I think one of my aunts one time asked like, why is his name LL Cool J? Like she had no clue he was a rapper.
Fair question.
At one point. She just thought his whole name was just LL Cool J. So he's made the full transition. Him, Ice-T, the kids are calling it. I love Ice-T memes. But yeah, these guys, they've made all of these transitions. But he's just got this, look in the show that's just terrible. I think that's part of the turn off for me was Common.
But we forget I brought it up.
We did finish season 1. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just not doing season 2.
Severance, season 2.
Ready for that,
Looking forward to that.
Friday. I love all the marketing. You saw
Tuesday,
what they did
yesterday,
Grand Central Station at the Apple Store.
Very cool.
The actual cast were working. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Very rad.
So I'm very excited for Severance. Got 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm a little bummed that I'm going to have to, the every week episode thing. I don't know.
You just gonna wait till it's over?
Part of me wants.
Didn't they do like 2 or? They did like 2 or 3 in the beginning.
Yeah, but they're not doing that this time.
They're not doing that. They're like, yeah, we got you, motherfuckers.
Apple only has one show.
No, I
they
watched.
Have one show. It's Severance.
I watched Shrinking. Amazing.
It's not that good.
It's not. It's like Family Matters with like
there
curse
is
words.
no Apple
it's
show
that
that's
bad.
that good. The only
Morning show.
Severance. Nope.
Nah, morning show is terrible.
Okay.
It's just not. It's not that good. It's not a Stranger Things. It's not a Game of Thrones.
Severance is their only show.
It's their only show that like transcends.
Did you watch Slow Horses?
Still not.
I enjoyed Slow Horses.
I know. It's a fine show.
All of their shows, other than Severance, are like shows that are trying to be
Apple shows.
Yeah, all the Apple shows are trying to be a show on another network, but safe.
Yeah.
For All Mankind.
It's terrible.
Another highly rated Apple TV show.
No. I know that it's rated well.
No,
but
I'm
not
just
a
asking
great
you.
show.
That's what I'm asking
what's
you.
What's the war one that you tried to get me to watch? I couldn't do it.
Oh, it was supposed to be like the
Band of Brothers?
follow-up to Band of Brothers and the Pacific or whatever. It was all the people that did that came together to make the guys that were flying.
I got
the
like
planes.
2 episodes in. I was like, this is
It wasn't as good.
fun.
It just wasn't as compelling. It just wasn't.
Yeah, they don't see with Jason Momoa. That was terrible because eventually the blind people could see, which made no sense to me.
That was Masters of the Air.
Masters of the Air, yes. Every Apple show has something about it that is like, it's like an Apple like vibe that they just
Ted
inject
Lasso.
into it. It's all. It's
Ted
just,
Lasso's real good. I love Ted
It
Lasso.
is.
You could put on
I love
any
Ted Lasso.
show, not tell me what the show is. You
And
just
I
put it
know
on.
it was on Apple.
I would know it was an Apple TV show
Yeah.
just by the dialogue, the way that it's filmed.
Yeah,
like the
I get
people that are
that,
in
yeah.
it. I could tell you without even knowing the show name. Severance is the only show that, like, if it was on HBO, I'd buy it.
Sure.
Let me tell you what Apple TV did get right, though. Baseball.
Oh,
watch
yeah.
baseball?
The quality of those broadcasts are
They
great. Yeah.
are killing baseball.
Yep.
Like, I would love to see more, like, premier sports.
Yes.
Like, I'd love to see some football on Apple TV.
The camera angles that they get, the
Some
like
hockey,
the stat,
some
the way
basketball.
that they introduce stats into the game.
Yeah, they got
is
like
really
hyper
great.
stats. They live.
Have you used the like the Amazon like AI when they do the Amazon NFL games? Have you watched that?
Nah, I didn't know about that.
So if
Amazon
you're-
is doing okay with the
Yeah,
football.
Amazon has a couple of NFL games, and if you like scroll to the bottom, it'll pop up like different stream types, and there's like an Amazon AI powered stat view or something like that, and it's like you're watching Madden or something like that. Like it puts like all of the players on the screen. They all have these little circles around them with all their names.
Like a hover thing. Like
and
like
it
you
shows,
can select.
Yeah, and it shows all of the players, all their names. It shows all of the routes that they're likely to run before they even hike the ball based on AI. So like it'll show you where like the simulated pressure is coming from. It'll show you all of this stuff.
You know why that's a thing,
pretty
right?
sick.
You know why that's a thing.
AI.
Sports betting, man.
Maybe.
They're
Yeah.
doing all of that just for people that are sports betting. Like,
Maybe. Could be.
we need to know like how many targets this guy's going to get this game.
It is very helpful for people that like I don't know everybody's like number and name. Like I can't always line them all up. So it is nice to be able
I'm
to
also
like,
old and can't see.
it's
so.
nice to be able to like watch it and like know where everybody positionally is kind of.
Yeah.
Like I have enjoyed that. you don't get as many camera angles. You basically just get like sky cam of everything because it's just showing you like
where guys the routes.
It's literally like you're playing a video game. Like that's the view.
That's pretty cool. I'll check that out.
It'll show you like in real time. It'll actually draw the routes that they're like projected to run and stuff like that. It's pretty sick. It's very cool.
I like that. I'll check that out.
It gives you like a bunch of info.
Amazon,
it's nice.
Amazon is doing pretty good on the sports side. The football games on Thursday. I hate the cast. Like I really, really dislike what's his name? The 49ers cornerback for a while. The black guy with the locks. I can't remember his name. Come on, Josh.
We don't know.
Josh doesn't know.
Richard Sherman?
Ah, God, I hate Richard Sherman so much, bro. How you had 2 first names?
I don't know. Adam Scott.
It's not.
2 first names.
That bothers me.
I'll just tell you.
Bothers me.
Sorry.
People with 2 first names really bother me. But Richard Sherman, I just don't like him for TV. I don't like only guy I do like up there is Big Beard, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? Right,
Yes.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
He's awesome. He's made for TV. Everyone else can go. Everyone else can go.
Harsh critic.
They could just let him do it, and just.
I wish somebody would come in and just like I don't know, just acquire it all the NFL stuff. Just get it all. And then like package it for me.
I mean, that
in a
is
simple way.
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I just want somebody to
crazy.
just get it all.
You have to watch Amazon games, Netflix games. There's like games on Peacock. There's games that are like it's crazy.
They're doing that because people aren't getting cable. People are dumbing down
No, I know, but why doesn't Amazon just go in and just buy the rights?
all the rights and just watch football on Amazon.
Yeah,
Period. You want to watch NFL?
Amazon.
How much you think the NFL would ask for that though? Because
It doesn't matter. Any of like the big 4 could do it.
they could, but then it comes down to the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement with the players, right? Like, all right, so how, if all of the games are here, what's the guarantee that our game is going to be broadcast? Because you got to broadcast the games locally too.
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of like moving pieces. But yes, I agree. Like NFL app on Sundays, right? Like I don't go to a app or a channel. First I go to the NFL app. I open that because I got Red Zone, and I just kind of like assess like what's happening on Sunday. Like, all right, Ravens first. What time Ravens play? 1 or 4. And then that will kind of like, all right, dictate like what games I'll just kind of have on in the background and what where.
Sure.
Also, what the NFL app does is give you like an alley-oop to like what app is going to have that game. So if it's a NFC game, of course, they'll be on Fox. AFC games are on CBS. And then, you got your night game on Sunday, which is on NBC, Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Peacock's got that one. So and then there's Red Zone, and then Red Zone will just be
you explaining all this is emphasizing how absurd the
it's
whole
crazy.
system is.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
No, but like, why can't somebody just like come in and just like do Sunday Ticket, but just give it to like their
Amazon?
base?
Who has Sunday Ticket right now?
Netflix.
No way.
No, not Netflix.
DirecTV still has it.
No.
Nobody has-
YouTube has it.
Oh, YouTube has it
YouTube
now?
has it.
Okay. And
DirecTV has it for commercial customers.
But YouTube still,
YouTube has
you still
it.
have to, you still
For
have to pay
residential.
$600 to get it.
Correct. Right.
600?
Which does not include Thursday Night Football on Amazon.
Yeah.
Or the Netflix games when
So the games you want to watch, it doesn't have.
No,
it just has all the other ancillary.
It has Sunday. It has your Sunday games.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody wants to watch those
just
games.
Sunday, right?
You want to watch your team and the primetime games. That's it.
Right.
Like, why can't
And so now,
Apple
like
just
this
come
week in the
buy
division round, there's a game on all 4 networks. ESPN has the Houston Kansas City game. Fox has the Washington Detroit. NBC has the Chargers and Eagles, and CBS has the Ravens.
It's
and Bills.
robbery. It's robbery.
It's stupid.
It's robbery.
It's dumb. Somebody should just buy the rights.
And this is why I still pay the minimum for basic cable so I can
Come
just
on,
watch
Tim
the
Cook.
Ravens.
So then somebody buys the rights.
For
And
all
then-
of it.
Right. And prices keep going up. So we keep getting, like, it is a race to the top, unfortunately. And that's kind of how it was when DirecTV's contract expired and YouTube took it over. You had a bunch of companies that were bidding for it, and Apple was rumored to be like in the mix and whatever it is.
Yeah.
But YouTube ended up paying how many billions of dollars for the contract?
The rumor I heard was that Apple was like the higher of the bids,
right?
But Apple wanted to include it with Apple, like the Apple subscription.
They wanted a deeper integration.
And the NFL or whoever was like, no, you're like, by doing that, you're devaluing the brand.
Right.
By giving it to people who are subscribed, you're making you're making the brand look cheap.
How though?
Because forever people have had to spend.
Because it's not exclusive.
Yeah, because forever people have had to spend $500 to have access to all the games. So if Apple just pays for all of that, and now
that's the Apple thing. Like
Correct.
you got to pay for it, but we're not going to make it crazy expensive.
But then
we're
the
gonna make you pay for it.
audience now feels like, because Apple's covering the costs, right? Now the value of it to the consumer
goes
way down,
the
because
perception.
they're feeling like, I pay $20 a month to Apple or whatever, and I get access to this or whatever the Apple subscription is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But so apparently that was like the big hang up. That YouTube was gonna drill everybody on the month or on the cost of Sunday Ticket, whereas Apple was not going to do that. They were going to include it.
Okay.
So that's why they went with YouTube.
Which nobody has YouTube. You got YouTube Premium?
No.
You got it?
No. And it's not YouTube Premium, it's YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you can't even have YouTube Premium and get it. YouTube Premium just gets you no commercials on YouTube videos or no ads on YouTube
know who's
videos.
got
You still
YouTube?
need YouTube TV.
You know who's got
Yeah.
YouTube TV? Alan.
I mean, is
And
it
I
any
don't know.
good? I don't know.
I don't
Isn't it
know.
like
We can call
$70 a
him.
month?
It is.
It's something
I think
crazy.
it's about that. Yeah.
Cable's cheaper.
Yeah, but
I literally keep
and
cable
that's
just
how
for
it's gotten, right?
basic cable.
It has gotten that cable, we all complained about the way how expensive cable was. And I need this package just to get this one channel that I don't really care about everything else. So then they're like, of course we can satisfy your needs. Well, we'll just sell you at Peacock or we'll just sell you whatever. But now it's all the same price.
Have you guys tallied your subscriptions?
No.
My subscriptions are incredibly low.
Yeah, I know yours.
Can you pass me that Sazerac, please? But I can imagine for the average person that their subscriptions run.
I'm definitely at like $250 a month.
It's
I
very
think
it's tough
something
because
crazy.
I still have a Verizon TV package. It was
Me too,
cheaper to
yeah.
have the bundle, but we don't have any
Right.
boxes. So like I can't like actually plug in a TV to my
Wait.
Verizon.
You got the app on your Apple TVs where you can watch TV?
Oh, you should do. 'cause
Yeah.
that's a good way to go.
Yeah,
Your pass
yeah.
back.
But like I don't have like what I'm saying is like I don't have like a Verizon like box.
I got one box.
You know what I mean?
In our bedroom.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to pay the rental fees.
Yeah.
It's like
So I turned all the boxes in.
I think it's like $13.
Yeah, a month. But I don't use them.
Right.
Which
why
turns
do you,
out
do you use the app at all?
Yeah, I mean
Do you use your TV subscription?
I use
Yeah,
it to
all right.
log into other apps.
Right, so
like
when you
I
gotta-
use it for like
yeah.
Bravo and
Got it.
like all these other
that
apps.
stuff.
Yep.
The dumb stuff.
Correct.
The stuff you gotta have when you have a woman in your home. You gotta log into.
Yeah, 100%.
Bravo, E.
But like I couldn't
CBS.
I couldn't literally plug my TV into a Verizon box. I don't have a box. Like I sent them back.
My box. Did y'all power go out the other night?
No.
Mine went out, and now my box doesn't work. I gotta pick up one from Verizon store
Could be
tomorrow.
the drones.
Could be the drone. Ran into
be.
a power wire.
Definitely
The
could be the
drones,
drones.
man. You never know.
Yep.
It is what it is. Maybe I'll do something with the NBA. 'Cause NBA is sucking right now. Sucks.
I don't watch the NBA,
It sucks.
so
It sucks.
it's not good for me, dude.
There's no star power right now. That's the problem.
I don't think I've heard anything about the NBA in quite a long time.
All of the rights are convoluted because you got to have League Pass via an app, right? Like you got to have. It's like having Sunday Ticket in Amazon. Like so, you have Amazon, but then you got to have Sunday Ticket too. It doesn't make sense. It's very stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Anywho,
Well,
welcome back.
Welcome back, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Right. All right.
Sazerac?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think it's
Yeah,
fun.
I'm positive on. I mean, it's not like a right home kind of thing, but
I mean, it's my first drinking day, so I'm drunk. It doesn't matter.
Good for you,
great.
dude.
Super dude.
I love it.
Came to
That-
relapse.
Doesn't even look like you've touched your. What is it? Extra light? Turn that label around over there. What are you
Miller
doing?
Extra Light, dude.
Are you
Miller-
Are you guys intentionally not showing the label?
Yeah, because you said it was gay.
I didn't say that.
I'm just playing.
It's the Miller Extra Light, dude. It's
No,
fantastic.
this is great. In my older years, I prefer a lighter beer,
Don't we all?
and
The lightest one we could find.
it's crisp, refreshing. I'm not gonna get drunk off of it.
60 calories. 64.
I gotta watch my weight and my health.
That's right.
Get your physicals this year, guys.
I'll get on it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, let's button this one up.
Oh yeah.
Episode
Get out of
95
here.
in the bag.
There you go, dude.
Time 2.
Nueve Cinco.